On February 25th, 1969, the day of George Harrison's 26th birthday, George recorded 3 demos at EMI Studios: Old Brown Shoe, which is the B-side to Let It Be, and All Things Must Pass, the title song on his 1970s solo album. He also took a stab at a ballad he wrote on piano during a break in the White Album called Something. George was a little embarrassed showing his song to the rest of the Beatles, initially believing the song was so catchy he must have heard it before. George initially gave the song to Joe Cocker, who recorded it first. But when George presented Something to the other Beatles, they loved it. John called it the best track on the album. Paul called it the best song George has ever written. George Martin said it took his breath away. I never thought George could do it. Engineering maestro Jeff Emmerich was wowed, commenting that it was bizarre to see. George was the conductor telling Paul how to play the bass? Ray Charles recorded it for his 1971 album Volcanic Actions of My Soul. Frank Sinatra would also cover it, calling it the most beautiful love song written in the last 50 years. Old Blue Eyes also falsely credited the song to Lennon-McCartney. Something was recorded on April 16th, May 2nd, May 5th, July 11th, and July 16th. The final recording session took place on August 15th, 1969, finally being released on October 1st, 1969 on Abbey Road. George did the lead vocal and both lead and rhythm guitars. John played the piano, Paul played the bass, and did the backing vocal, and poor old Ringo was behind the thrones crashing away at his drums. Additional musicians include Billy Preston on the Hammond organ, George Martin with string arrangements, as well as unidentified session musicians playing 12 violins, 4 violas, 4 cellos, and string bass. Something was well received by all Beatles fans, going #1 in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United States, and West Germany. Something also holds the distinction by being the second most covered Beatles song behind Yesterday. Jorge Martin, or George Martin, produced it. Jeff Emmerich was the engineer, and it was recorded at Abbey Road Studios in London, England.